Good morning, welcome to day 2. It is so good to be back on trail again. Yesterday I really enjoyed it. Nice being in the Australian bush. Sort of colours are green, black, a lot of the trunks are black from the fires, and these pops of colour from the wildflowers. Yesterday was a mixture of some lovely single track. Some was rough and rocky, some of it was just perfect, and 4-wheel drive tracks, but a few hills, but a pretty good day. Around the sort of 15-16k mark I started to get tired, had a little revival, and then the last 3k, I was pretty tired. Tight calves, my feet were just starting to ache a little bit, but I stretched a lot last night, and surprisingly I've woken up this morning and I'm not feeling stiff, which is good. Woke up this morning 6 o'clock with the birds, quite a few noisy birds around, and that was good because Roger, who I stayed in the shelter with, he was also up at that time. So today, huts are 8 to 9k apart, so hopefully, if I'm feeling alright, I'm going to go to the third hut. But I've left early. It's 10 to 7, so I can take my time, stop and rest a lot, and hopefully have another day just as fun as yesterday. I'm puffing a bit. A hill to start, but now I'm on a groomed trail. Alright, another good day. Heaps of wildflowers in this area, just fields and fields and fields of them. And here's a new one, a spiky leaf, and cool little flowers. Don't know if these are ant or termite, but neat little mounds. I think that's an ant in there. And I think this is a new one as well, possibly not. These are cool. Tree with the flowers on the top again. Another black cockatoo. This one doesn't have a red tail. Dropping down into a valley, drops started to get quite steep. It's overcast today, so the temperature is beautiful at the moment. I don't know much about flowers, but I think these are orchids. They're teeny. There's a comparison on my finger. Leaving the vehicle track and onto single track. Ooh. Look at that. A little bit rougher, a little bit more overgrown, but this is nice. I much prefer this sort of track than the big wide track that we had before. It's cool, coming into a rocky section now. This is looking like parts of the PCT now. Good fun. And count the different types of flowers. So 1, 2, 3. Oh, just 3. Lots of them though. These are cute, 2 colours. Into rocky areas now. A stream down there. Cool. A couple of 100 metres on this road, but back onto lovely single track again, for me to clear the spider webs for everyone coming after me. And nice bowl here, and I'm actually about to do a stream crossing. Look at that! Not sure I can get across. Off! Over. Been a couple of little teeny streams like this. Oh, climb up out of them isn't as fun. Oh, climbing up a hill. Time for a photo break. Oh, the bright yellow over there. Just that whole hillside is bright yellow. And here is all the little white instead. That's where I've come from. These are cockatoos with white on them. Sounds like that flock of birds is following me. Oh, climbing, and more climbing. Going from beautiful nature to pine forest. Yuck. This path is like walking in sand. It's loose gravel, so your feet slip each time you take a step. Met two hikers who are going the other way. On the road now, come down quite a big hill and about to go up a hill, and then the hut turn off shouldn't be too far from there. I love wildflower season, all the different colours in there, gorgeous. Climbing a fairly big hill, so this is an excuse to stop and have a rest. Big rocky slabs down there, you can just see them. Hey, there is a shelter already. Unfortunately, to get to the shelter is a steepish downhill, which means, oh, there's a shelter. You can see it down there. But yeah, unfortunately it's downhill. So I'm glad I didn't stay there, because that would be a tough start first thing in the morning coming down here, coming up this hill. So that's a shelter. It's a brand new one because the last one was destroyed in a fire, and it's made out of beaten earth so that it survives the fires better. And the toilet is way up there. I'm glad I didn't stay here last night. That's a long way to go to the toilet. So that's the inside of it. It's a mega hut. You can fit heaps and heaps of people, and not a bad view from it. There's a hill back up onto the main trail. So I signed in the hut book, and I also filled up my water bottles, so I'm good to go. It's a 8.9k to the next hut, but very, very hilly. 200 drop, and up 100, down 100, up 200. So but you can see, I think we go up onto that hill. But yeah, so pretty hilly to get there. Feeling alright. The calves just coming out of the hut, my calves are a bit tight, but apart from that, actually feeling okay. The two guys I saw at the hut are the same two that were leaving Ball Creek Hut when I arrived. Having a bit of a late start today. They mentioned that there are, I think, 3 huts closed due to a controlled burn happening. So I'll find out more about that tonight. It doesn't affect where I'm going today, but it may affect what's happening tomorrow. So yeah. Yep, this is pretty steep. The camera doesn't show quite how steep it is, but it is steep. Woohoo! First wildlife. I saw I think it was a wallaby. It was pretty short. I just got it went across the track at speed and disappeared. Cool. Yay, we're leaving the road and heading on to single track. Just a bit of a panorama. And that's the way I've come. Oh, this track's fun. Rocky and rooty, up and down. Oof, big up this one. Cool. Well, there's a pop of colour. It's a, I think it's another orchid, but that just stands out. It's the only one I've seen. Single track was nice while it lasted. It was probably about 10 minutes worth, and back onto the road. But it was a lovely 10 minutes, really interesting, windy, up and down, rocks, flowers. Yeah, it was a good trail. That's a tall one. Oh, there's the ant coming out. Right. Slightly uphill, still on the vehicle track, but it's a pretty overgrown vehicle track. Turns into single track every now and again. There's been motorbikes on it, a few tyre prints in the boggy bits, and single track. And a purple one. Been walking along this trail and there's been no trail markers, which there have been sections with no trail markers, but I was just starting to feel it was the wrong direction. There's been footprints, lots and lots of footprints, so that's why I decided that it must be okay. I decided to check. I'm actually a K off, so I have to wander back and try and find the intersection that I missed. So I wasn't the only one that made the mistake. I captured Roger, but he was only 200 metres, so that's the wrong way.
We blotted our copybook.
That's the right way, but you can see how it was missed. So it came along here, and this big tree is sort of blocking off the route going that way. And you're so busy looking your footing going up here. So I don't feel so bad missing it, but I'm going to put something across the trail here so others don't, because obviously it's common.
That's right, easy to miss.
This trail's much nicer than that horrible off-trail part that I did. Oh, that's hard work. Right, from all the way down the bottom, you can't see, as 10 minutes of sustained steep climbing. So it's eased off a bit, but still climbing. Oh, that's hard work. Definitely sweating now. Oh, this is a bit nicer. Nice and flat. Let me get my breath back. Oh, that hill continued for another nearly 5 minutes going up. Oh, what's that? Oh, it's another cockatoo. And another flower. It's pretty with the yellow accents. It's on the top of the, I'd call it a fern. I don't know if it is fern or not. Starting to drop down now, down into the valley, and there's a bridge that I cross at the bottom. Oh. Still beautiful, just flowers everywhere. It's gorgeous. That's where I've come. Oh, my legs are jelly. Just finished a big long downhill. Oh, I said in my intro video that the Bibbulmun is a flatter trail. It's 18,500 elevation. I think most of that elevation has been done in this first week. Still nice though. Of course, the fact that I crossed a creek means it's uphill now. This is funny. No vehicles with four-wheel drives on the road. It's a bit of a hard ass not to let vehicles up. Judging by the tracks, lots of vehicles have gone up. This turn off is where I marked a little arrow, another arrow, making sure that you know that you're turning up here. Another hill done. Now I drop, I think it's about 80 vertical metres, and then up again about 80 vertical metres. Oh no, not done climbing yet. Still more climbing to go. Whew. This turn off is nice and easy to see. Oh, back to single. Yay! When I first saw these, I thought they'd drop down from the ground, from the trees, but no, they're actually growing up out of the ground. Whew. I am starting to feel pretty tired at the moment. My legs are jelly, calves are a bit tight, feet okay. So at this next hut, which is probably about 1,500 metres away, I'll stop and take a break and have lunch, getting ready for the next hut after that, which is 8k. It's the butterfly. There's an ant scurrying over. Trail's got a bit rougher and heading downhill. Should be the last downhill before the shelter. So the good news is I've got 900 metres to get to the campsite. The bad news is it's 90 vertical metres to get to the campsite. So a bit of climbing now. Whew. Really starting to feel tired now. Looking forward to stopping for lunch. Panorama time. Beautiful white trunk trees. Some water way in the distance and some more water. And that's the way I've come. Woohoo! This is the turn off for the shelter. I think it's a couple of 100 metres. This is Wildflowers shelter. Same sort of setup. Big long sleeping platform. Alright, back on the main trail. 8 kilometres to go, and nowhere near as hilly as what I've done. There's still lots of hills, but they're a lot shorter. So at the campsite, to younger people, to older people, there is a group together. They also moving on to the next campsite, so there'll be fun company. They separately, two groups. There, straight ahead. Separately, two of them went down the wrong trail that I did, and just as I was leaving the shelter, the two young guys that left Helena just before me, they just turned up at this shelter. They also went down the exact same route, but they went 2.5 kilometres each direction. So they were probably the footprints. Well, there's lots of footprints to follow. They got back and they saw the signs that myself and Roger had put up. Whew. So I feel a bit more energy after lunch, but my legs have stiffened up, so it'll take a little bit to relax into it. This beautiful trail's winding along, not too rough. You can just sort of drift off and walk along looking out the sides of the trail. Blue! Here's something new. The little weeny fluffy things. Woohoo! It's pretty cool. Seen an echidna. Oh, happy of that. obstacle crossing. So from here there is just over 1.5 kilometres to go, and it's uphill but gentle uphill. Alright, that is the turn off to Buckering Hat. So it's a couple of 100 metres down here. I'm feeling a little bit tired. It's 8 hours and 20 minutes and 27.5k plus stupidity tax of another 2k for my wrong turn. So it's a pretty big day, but I see the hut shelter now.
Is it recording?
Yeah.
I'm Jackson.
Hi, I'm Carlos from Fremantle.
Hi, I'm Alison.
I'm Mark.
I'm Camilla, we're from Newcastle.
And this is dinner time for everybody, and everybody is all laid out on the shelters, ready to go. It's pretty full. A couple of tents as well. And we missed someone.
I'm Jack.